What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's been a minute. I've been trying to do this video, it feels like, for months. But yeah, we're finally getting around to it. Got some more cool stuff to come. But today we have a trio of original pickups. So I'm all about the OGs. I do like my retros. Here and there I'll buy some pairs, but main focus has always been to get back to the nostalgia. So the first pair actually came from Sneakers OG. Thanks again. They just popped these in their stories one day and I'm like, I need them. The Skyforce, Nike, full of synthetic upper. You'll see a leather on the toe, just nice high quality leather. So these would be considered, you could say, a takedown back in the day. Some people would frown upon no Nike Air. I had Nikes without Air. I never really frowned on them. There was Nikes before the Air, like the Mac Attacks. I never looked at like, oh, that's like, that's a downgrade, So here's a size 10. You can see on the inside, you have synthetic material on the tongue, hence all the cracking. But yeah, nice purple hints with black and white. You can't go wrong with them. Even on the outsole, you can see it's got the rubber compound used. You can read the rest. But yeah, just really nice, unique, original simplicity, with a little color splash. Later we see into the 90s more color used, but this definitely shows you, as today we see synthetics being used, like most recently I'm thinking is the Billie Eilish Alpha Force, which the leather's not terrible on them. It is synthetic, for her being vegan, but it was definitely a thing, for a cost, obviously back even in the 80s. So yeah, I do prefer all leather, but Durabuck obviously was, superior. I don't think this is Durabuck because it's the way it cracks, and it's got a dry feel. Even my Alpha Force 2, it has very similar on the back panels if you guys look back at that video. But yeah, just a really cool pair. Even I'll show you the insole. You can see you got Nike, no Air. Just the purple lining on the tongues, just nice accents. Really like this pair, so figured why not. Had to grab them. So next, I gotta give a shout out to my dude Seth. He gave me the heads up on this pair and the Trainer 3 that you saw me compare with the retro, the infrared. So this is the Trainer SC2. Got the natural gray, not neutral people, natural gray, blue and black. They're monstrous. They're size 15. It's got the striped box. We got the bubble hang tag. Smacked on both sides, made in Taiwan. They are hefty, so I will keep the box out of the frame. We do have our beautiful Halloween decorations. This was my, side note, this was my haunted house from when I was a kid. So when I walked through the front door, that's what I'd see every day coming home from school. And my mom gave it to me now. So yeah, got to put it up, got to show it off a little bit. All 80s and 90s nostalgia on many levels here. But anyway, here is the beautiful SC2 Trainer. There is a high and a low. I do have the low also in a smaller size than this. I always favor the high tops. I really love the high tops. Again, the different material use, you see a little bit of it here, just off the toe, a little bit underneath here and along the back side mudguard, like we see with later actually with the Trainer E. Definitely my favorite trainer of the 80s and 90s. But yeah, these are really nice. My buddy Donovan, he actually had the infrared version. That's the only one I'm missing, is the infrared. But yeah, the midsoles on these you can see are really holding up nicely. I always support underneath. They ship, they travel nicely. I didn't wrap them even, so I lucked out on that. It's always a victory when you have polyurethane that travels well. And yeah, there's definitely some sneaker crack hairlines, but they look great. No swoosh on this side. You see that on the Medial side, and you see more of the different use of material, accent, nice leather. If you just get close up on the toe box, you can see the leather. It's not super thick cut, but it's definitely it's a nice quality leather. So even like the new Mac Attacks, the original Mac Attacks, I'm just going to reference because it's kind of like the current shoe I've been into this year. It doesn't have really thick layered cut. I prefer thicker layer leather cuts, but it's not always what we had seen on the originals. Even like on the side panels, you can see it's a little thicker here. It really depends on the shoe, and you know they might have used different leathers depending on the layout. Let's look at that booty too. That's why it's not, you know. Beautiful Nike Air. So the kids would respect these back in the day, but once to just say Nike, you know, those takedown cheap kids like my folks were, they kind of frowned upon that. But you know, it was, you know, the earlier '80s. It wasn't really an option, so it wasn't until, you know, mid you started seeing the Air pop up more often, and then everybody really wanted the Air. Otherwise, you were a cheapskate or getting the takedowns. But yeah, just a beautiful pair. Let's pop the outsole out so you guys can see as well. But I'll be very careful, as you know, I'm very tedious with these. There you go. There's no sneaker nipples on the bottom. It's just flat trainer, all-purpose. Like you could hoop in these. You could play tennis, play basketball. Low tops, you could even run, you know, if you're doing some stuff. That's why I love the trainers. My trainer E Low, I had the Bordeaux. I've shared many times on my Instagram account. And yeah, I use them for everything. Beat them to crap. They end up being my lawn mowing shoes in the long run, and then they went to the scrap. But yeah, nice leather even on the tongue, or not on the tongue, on the swoosh. Yeah, the tongue's kind of rubberized, which is cool. You know, they're just doing different stuff. You see neoprene on some. You see, you know, just different materials being used, and they were just, you know, really pushing the boundaries of different materials and design. And you have the straps. So really, really cool pair. Thanks again, Seth. And we got one more for you guys. And I'll grab the box first from my dude Marco, a good friend out in Italy. The Air Flight 1. This was a shoe that's been on my most wanted list for a while. Like, a while. And you know, you see pairs used, you see pairs that are beat, but you don't see many dead stock. So thank you, Marco. Yes, Michael Jordan wore these. It's the unofficial Penny 1, his first shoe. So MJ wore these because he had the Concords on in '95 playoffs, and once again, MJ was getting fined as he was in '85 for wearing, you know, black and red, not enough white in his uniform. So that was the whole Concord issue. It didn't have the coloring of the Bulls, you know, red, white, and black. So he opted for these, and then yeah, you know, he just went back to them anyway. But for that little bit of time, this is actually the only non-Air Jordan line shoe that Jordan wore in the NBA, which was pretty cool. Look back at it. In my upper deck cutout, it's funny. It's like of all the photo references they used when they were going to make cutouts for Jordan that year, I bought at Sports Authority, I believe. They used him at the free throw line wearing these. So I always remember looking at that like, man, of all photos they could have used, it's cool and all, I get it, but they could have used a different photo of him with his Air Jordans on, 11s or 10s or whatever when he came back. You know, it would have been cool. But, you know, it's unique. It's history. It's what they chose. I know some people commenting how the 1 is very translucent white. Looks beautiful. So you guys can see that nice and close. Has not oxidized. I guess some of the I didn't get the retros. I would love for these to come back in this shape and, you know, quality. But I heard some of those like oxidize pretty quick too, as we see like with the Air Jordan 5. You know, quality materials, that's it. So yeah, we have a nice trio here for you guys. I'm going to set these up aside. We'll pull it all on the table. Stay tuned. We will have a video with red pull tabs or bust, baby. You know, playoff 8. That's what's coming up here. Air Jordan 8 playoff, 93 Christmas, my second pair of Jordans. I'm very excited that they're coming back. Early photos, I'm kind of skeptical about some details. I was hoping they carried over from the 2015 Aqua. Needless to say, I'm so excited to be back and can't wait to rock them officially with the red pull tab for the first time since 1993. So stay tuned for that very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Little march down memory lane, as we usually do here. Halloween is in season, and we'll see you very soon.